Hello, this is Darkest Walnut coming back to you with Arma having fun Zeus tutorials. In the previous video I just covered the very basics and showed you how to create a very simple mission. Nothing too big, nothing too entertaining or exciting, but yeah, it gets you somewhere. So I thought we'd kick it up a notch today and do something that's still basic, which anyone can do, but adds a bit more, what's the word, fun into the bargain. So as always, the first thing you do is stick your respawn down, like so. Ta-da! So, this is once again on land. It's easier for me to show without people jumping on and screaming at me to get a new helicopter or whatever. But I'm going to show you something that makes it more fun for the people who join. So let's say, well, that mission I had last time, for example, with the, what was it, 4 guys. I can't know exactly what they were, to be honest with you. But I'll just stick some random people down again. Yeah, stick him down. Something like that, wasn't it? Now, what we can do is actually give the players different loadouts. So go to your modules again, go to your respawn, and you select loadout, put it anywhere on the map you want, and you get this. This is every single loadout that's pre-built into Arma that you can use. I mean, you got tons you can use, so I'll come on to that bit in a minute. You got your CTRG, who are the that Miller guy from the campaign and some of his lot. FIA, I can't remember who they are, to be honest. I don't really play with them, to be honest. I think it's the Guerrilla faction. That's it, Guerrilla faction. Yeah, they're from the campaign as well. Then you got your local police force. You got your NATO, obviously, and then you got your combat patrol, your special forces, who are actually quite fun to use, especially the divers. Not many people use divers for some reason. You got your snipers. You got ones from the story, which is the campaign. Virtual reality you can ignore, really, to be honest with you. And you got your Apex DLC, which is basically the same except they're in green. And your Woodland, which is, I think that was Contact. I can't remember what that was from. Usually when you first spawn, you got your auto rifleman, your grenadier, your marksman, rifleman, AT, and that's usually it. Depending on the mission you're planning to build, so for example, we got our 4 guys over there, and maybe there's going to be a, I don't know, 3 squads that come and reinforce them when they know they've been killed, something like that. So what you could say is, okay, they're going to have, I don't know, maybe a vehicle with them, so you give this, if you click on it, oh, hang on, like that, see, it's been selected now. That means that when your players respawn, they can now start choosing these. So each one you click, see you've got a little square dot in the middle. That allows your players to now choose them. So you could let them have a squad leader, a sharpshooter. Ooh, what else could we give them? Oh, heavy gun, always fun. Combat lifesaver. I would recommend always having a combat lifesaver. Trust me, it's easier, and an ammo bearer. So all you do then is click OK, and unfortunately I can't show you, but any players now have got more options based on your mission. I mean, if they've been playing a lot, they'll know roughly what you're trying to do, but then you can always throw something in that, you know, messes them up a bit. So let's say hello to our newest player. We're going to call him, what shall we call him? Scruffy Bomb Sniff. 918. So here we go. Just spawned. He spawned as a grenadier, and he's doing his usual running around rubbish. So obviously you do your usual thing, which is put an objection marking down, you set it up, you type in what you want, tell them, go here, kill these stuff, job done. So let's do something a bit more advanced, shall we? This is still basic, it's very easy, doesn't require a lot of thought, which is very good. These are your groups. This is this button. Obviously you either want opt for an independent, whoever you're going for, and obviously you've got your usual factions. Now what this does is it's basically something like this but pre-built into a unit. So for example you got your fire team. So I've put down, well there they are, these 4 guys. Oh, and that's one, they do cost more, but you get, you know, instead of putting them down individually, it does it all for you. So here we go, that's a fire team. So obviously you got your leader, you got your rifleman, you got your auto rifleman, and you got your AT guy, I think he is. Yeah, AT. There he is. So basically what I've got down, maybe a couple of things different, but it's quicker and easier, especially if you're trying to build a big reinforcement thing. Now what you can do is if you click, if you click that's above them, it selects them, as you can see. I mean you can also click the circle if you want, but if you double click on the diamond you get up this. What this does is it allows you to alter their skill, so these could be like veterans or rookies or somewhere in between, or he knows how to point a gun without pointing at his face, you know, that kind of thing. Usually they're about 50%, so roughly halfway. That's standard. All this, as you see, is standard. Of course, if you've got new players you can lower it down, if you've got experience you can put it up, or you can alter it to suit your mission. I usually leave it about there somewhere, because it's easy but it's not too easy, if that makes sense. These are your formations. If you play single player and you command your own units, you get these on the list, and obviously they alter their formation depending on what you want. So you got your standard wedge, you got your V, your line you use when you're attacking, column if you're walking on the road, file if you're also walking on the road and want to hide your numbers, that's very useful. Stagger column, that's for when you're sort of doing a march down the road, you have one here, one here, one there, and they walk that way. Echelons, just variations really, and diamonds. I usually go diamonds, line, or wedge. I don't really use the others, to be honest with you. You got your combat main. Safe, that means they happily walk with the guns down. Aware, standard, guns raised up. Combat, they shoot on sight with this, basically, and they move from cover to cover when they're moving. It's pretty cool. I'll show you in a minute. And then you got stealth, where they go sneaky everywhere. Your speed is, you got your walking, you got your standard jog, then you got your full sprint. So if they're, say, for example, rushing in to save these guys, you stick them on this and you stick them on aware, and I don't know, probably stick them on wedge. Stance, obviously you got your prone, crouch and stand. That's for when you're putting individuals down really, and you can put them on, say, you could, I don't know, put them, well let's say you put one here, just there, and you have him crouched so he's sort of protected. It is aesthetics more than anything else. That's mostly for when you use your own unit, so NATO. So I'll show you that. So the way that works is obviously you click to blue 4, which is who you're playing as. For example, you decide to give them a fire team as support.
Standing by.
Obviously the player's off running, he's shooting, he's doing whatever he does best. Now respawn on leader for blue 4 means that if he dies, you can either respawn here on the mark you've put down, or respawn on the squad. So that's really useful, especially when you're playing missions, is because if he stay up here, respawns down here, you don't really want to respawn there, walk all the way up to get back where you were. Instead you can just respawn right there and get straight into the action, which is really useful. You can also do that on vehicles, which I will now show you. That's also something I'm thinking about while I'm thinking about it. Did make sense.
Ready.
So vehicles exactly the same. You can use them as respawns. Now these ones, whoops, a bit too far, come with the AI already in. See, there he is. Hello. Obviously a lot of players like to drive their own vehicles. If they want that, or if they don't want to be chaperoned, you can just leave them in. But if you want them, if they want you, start again. If they want to drive, all you got to do is press G. And they jump out, and then you can either delete him or stick him somewhere or anything you want. And then obviously the player will jump in and oh, okay, he's not doing what I want him to do. And then he drives off. Simple. So that's groups. You also got yes, that's it. See these. You can't have those because of the amount they cost. So if they're, see for example, I mean they cost a ton. They really do. But you know, it's up to you. You can either stick a single one down, or you can stick a group down. It depends how quick you want to build the unit, really. Another thing I was just thinking of, but I completely forgot, is that was it. Waypoints. You can move your own units. So let's say we stick them. Oh, yeah, completely do the opposite of what I wanted to do. Let's say you stick them here, and you want them to go join these guys for when the players attack. What you can do is, because they're facing the wrong way and looking like lemons, you can spin them round. So if you hold down left shift, or click them, left shift, and you point in the direction, you see that box? That shows you the way they're going. So when you want to spin around, I would advise you keep it in the wedge formation, because then it shows you exactly which way they're looking at, because it can get confusing, it really can. And voila, they are now facing the right way. Like well-trained little soldiers, aren't they? There are a couple. You can also alter their height just by holding down left alt. So you can spin around and you can do this. If you really want to do. But that's more useful for if you're, say, putting them in a building, so you can stick them on second floors or on the roofs or anywhere you want, really. It's up to you. So yeah, I mean you could stick a guy up here with a sniper rifle, have him over there with a really crappy sound sniper rifle. There you go. Also, you have the option to use. Oh, where are they? Here we go. So, okay, here's an example for you. So we got them, and we definitely want to give them support, but you don't want to just plonk them in the middle of people, because you know it's not fun. So what you can do is set them to a wedge, whatever you want. Set them on full, and if you click them, click the diamond again. Oh, so you got all selected, and right click. As you can see, the cursor's changed to a green circle. That means that wherever that is where the waypoint will be put. See that green cross? That's the waypoint. If you want to get rid of the waypoint, just select it and press delete, or you can just put it somewhere else. It's up to you. If you do have that, so for example they're running up here, what you can do is double click on the cross point, and you've got different types. So for example you got move, which is your standard, get out if you're in a vehicle, unload, more vehicles. Land, that's for helicopters, so you can actually have them come in land, which is awesome. Fire mission, that's sort of like seek and destroy. And drop cargo, which I will show you in a bit. Now what you couldn't do is you could have them say go there, and they could wait till, I don't know, whatever time it is. So it's 18:05 now. You can make them wait 7 minutes, and then they just do whatever they do. Oop, I went. And then you can either change their formation to suit the combat area or anything you want. Now what you can do, I will show you, is I'll put them on nice and safe. So see how they're nice and happy? See, they're all walking now. Is you can actually use them to create a patrol route. All you do is you press left control, and you can see now the cursor's got a plus inside, and it adds extras. So if I want to do, I could have them do a massive circle, which I'll show you. So I'll make them run, make them aware. See, they're still waiting on that. See, because I've said 1810, they won't move. But I'm going to change it so I can show you. Now what these will do is they'll follow it in a massive circle, because you commanded them to. If you want them to continuously do this, you press Control, Alt, and now you can see you got sort of a, I call it a buffering symbol more than anything else, but it probably isn't. And you've probably done the wrong thing, yeah, but never mind. Oh, okay, then I'm not doing what. There you go. You got to select them. That's why. No. Okay, these people really don't like me today for some reason. Well, basically, what it does is it makes them continuously do it. So you can set up, say, a little patrol thing, and they just continuously do it until either someone pops up and starts shooting them, or they spot someone else. That's. Oh yes, I will now show you the helicopter bit. So what you can do is, say you got an orca. See, I mean, it costs tons, but it's worth it. You put an orca down, and you can start it in midair. So you select it, press left alt, and up. Simple. Obviously they got the same as everything else. So then what you can do is make them land. So do that, select land, and they'll land somewhere around here. It's not always accurate because they land where they think's best. But that's fine. I mean, you can stick AI troops in an AI helicopter, make them land, and they all jump out. Pretty cool. But I'll get onto that in the next video because this one's going to take a bit longer than I thought. Also, you have some more advanced things here. So animals, you can, for some odd reason, if you really want to do, you can stick some goats down. Why? I don't know. Maybe you could come up with a mission for that. If you do, I'd like to know because I'll be very interested. You can also play music. You can play radio messages, which is quite fun. So, for example, you got Blue 4, then you got, oh, I don't know. So you got your reinforcements coming in, you can play this message, and they'll hear a message saying, defend the area at all costs, or whatever they play. You can also do sounds to make it a bit more immersive. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. So, you got different things. So you can make it sound like you got a real massive battle going on. That's up to you. You got chem lights, which I'll go into later on. Most of these I'll probably do later on now. Got your standard objectives as always. Scenario flows I'll do on the next one. I'll cover all the rest of these in the next video, actually, it'll be easier. That's basically more advanced, so as you can see now we've got our... Ah, there it is. It was hiding over there. So now what will happen is they'll just happily go around in a circle for forever, basically. As you can see, our helicopter's landed, and we got goats or sheep. Oh, I don't know. Don't ask. Yeah, just don't ask. So now, as you can see, from our standard fire team, we now have a little patrol, and we also have reinforcements. And our players are still doing nothing, but they have extra options to make it more fun for them. So in the next video I'll cover what you can do with these. I will also probably do all this on a separate video as part of the creating story type thing. So yeah, I'll cover all these later, don't worry about that. So that's it, you have now actually made a mission where they get reinforcements. Well done! Getting you guys feel special. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool. It really is good. I mean, once you got something like this going, you can do most things, to be honest with you. I mean, if you really wanted to mess them up, you can send some independent in as well. Have a massive free-for-all. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this has given you some good ideas, or at least some tips, and maybe someone you don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so now you know how to put down vehicles, you can make them move where you want, you can make helicopters land, you can put sheep down, don't ask. And you got all this stuff. So like I said, next video we'll cover this. I think that'll just be one video, to be honest with you. And then in the next one we'll show you how to make a more lifelike mission other than just kill things. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out a bit. If you'd like to subscribe, leave a comment, like or dislike, entirely up to you. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.